Welcome to Wrestling Over Everything, everybody. We're a very funny wrestling podcast out of Central Valley of California. I'm Andrew. That's Dusty.
Hey.
Sorry we missed a week. I apologize. That's on me, okay? It's not on Dusty at all. Had a few beverages the night before we were going to record. Anyway, but we're doing it. We're back.
We're back. We made it.
We are. Follow us on all the stuff, your favorite podcast app, TikTok, Blue Sky. Subscribe to us on YouTube. That's the big one. And hit the bell, all that nice stuff. And leave a comment. It's really nice. I enjoy that.
They uplift me, the comments. Even the ones that are mean. Even the ones that are mean to me. I'm like, hey, you took the time to type that out. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, there's a pulse. So we are on the road to WrestleMania, Dusty.
That is true. It's a curvy road that has. We're not sure it's been built all the way. It's an under construction road. Yeah,
man. I feel like it's been pretty flaccid so far on the road to WrestleMania front, but not us. We're bringing the heat as long as I make it to my microphone.
As long as you don't drink Fireball, literal heat. Figurative heat. We're bringing it. Yeah, So this one was kind of just plucked out of my brain. We like to kind of jump around the eras of WrestleMania. That was our plan. And I think for a lot of years, I held this as maybe the most underrated WrestleMania match that we're covering today, because I really felt like this one gets slept on for various reasons we could talk about. But today we are covering the Ultimate Warrior versus Macho King Randy Savage at WrestleMania 7 in a retirement match. Of course, to just two prime maniacs against one another.
These are two unintelligible crazy people.
I feel like different flavors of crazy, though. You know, like that. It's you got like one version and the other version, both crazy, but it's a little bit different. You know,
it is a little bit different, but it's just like, man, like we watched promos for this, and we didn't watch a lot of time, because every promo is like a minute and a half to 3 minutes long. So it's not like we watched a lot of promos. About, I'd say 70% through these promos, I was so sick of hearing these guys talk. They're not saying anything. They're just saying, like, they're just being grandiose about everything. They talk like video games, man, and like they talk like human action figures, and it drove me nuts. Even though I enjoy both of these guys for different reasons, you know, like I especially Macho Man. He's the Macho Man. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just. Yeah. Watching, you don't want to watch. I'm telling everybody out there, you don't want to watch 5 Macho Man promos in a row, or maybe you do. I don't.
Yeah, I feel like it is kind of the ice cream for dinner wrestling, you know, where it's like, man, one of those Macho Man promos, the cream rises to the top Macho Man promo. I'll throw that on once a month. It's hilarious, you know. But if I had to have it for dinner every night. It starts to wear on you. You need a little bit of relief. You know, you can't always be at 100. And Macho Man,
you get flavor fatigue.
Yeah, Macho Man for sure is always at 100, and then he's matched with the Ultimate Warrior, who's also at 100, but like in a different universe of 100. You know?
He talks like if a monkey was trying to write the Lord of the Rings.
If you put enough monkeys in front of typewriters, you get Ultimate Warrior promos. That's just they've always said that.
It might be like Lord of the Rings, like Mad Libs, because it's more intelligible than a monkey would make it. But it's like every once in a while, he's just like in this first promo that we talk about, he yells, "A Macho Man is not here, I believe, for he has found love with somebody else." Like, that's just a weird way to say that, man.
Yeah, we'll get to his, you know, the picadillos of each of these guys, but for a second, Andrew, I'd like you to imagine that you're in an airplane, okay, and you're coming in for the landing. Can you, in your mind's eye, can you get yourself there?
Yeah,
you're in an airplane. You're coming in for a landing. Where's Dusty?
Am I drinking ginger ale?
You are drinking a ginger ale. They've cut you off. unfortunately, but that's a different.
Sir, you've had too many ginger ales.
you cannot ginger one more ale. I'm so sorry.
I demand another ginger ale.
My stomach gets unsettled.
Yeah, I need the bubbles. Fuck.
Now I want you to look out the window as it descends onto your stated destination. And what's that? That's me on the ground building a runway to land this plane. Okay.
I appreciate that, and we all know Dusty's never in the plane. Dusty's
I don't understand how they work, and I don't want to be in one.
He's terribly afraid of flying.
I don't like it. So, they're not supposed to be up there. You know what I mean?
He's on the ground. He left a week ago. He looks terrible. I'm 5 ginger ales deep, enjoying myself in a suit, flying in. I left 3 hours ago.
You know how hard it is to build a runway on such short notice?
I slept in my bed last night.
Yeah,
Dusty did not.
No. But I also didn't have to go into the sky in the face of God. So anyway, all right, we're covering kind of the end of 1990 into 1991. So at WrestleMania 6, famously, the Ultimate Warrior defeats Hulk Hogan, wins the WWF title. It's the Ultimate Challenge. He's the victor. And then he goes on to have about an 8 or 9 month reign as the WWF champion, where the Macho Man is just constantly up his ass trying to get a title shot, demanding a title match, and just constantly harassing the Ultimate Warrior.
Was the Macho Man the king the whole time, or did he become the king throughout this?
No, he becomes the king after WrestleMania 5, the previous year, where he was not as lucky. Go ahead and goes toes up against the Hulkster on that one.
Oh man, who
could have foreseen?
Who could have what? One of the rare times Hulk Hogan just beat somebody big at WrestleMania.
Yeah, the Mega Powers exploded, and unfortunately, that explosion killed the Macho Man.
Yeah,
and what was born out of
that's gonna be you, brother. You're gonna.
Yeah, what was born out of the primordial ooze was the Macho King. With Sensational Sherry. So he's feuding with Dusty Rhodes. He's feuding with one of Andrew's favorites, the Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
I do love the Hacksaw.
That's famously the 4x4s at Survivor Series, one of your favorite teams of all time from Survivor Series 89. But but the whole time, Savage is just harassing the Ultimate Warrior. And so we kind of pick up after SummerSlam 90, where Ultimate Warrior has defeated Rick Rude, and he's getting ready to feud with Mr. Perfect. But in the interim, Macho Man's just constantly gunning for that number 1 spot. There you go. Those are
Look
your
at these guys.
Now, can you name? There's 2 of those dudes you will not be able to name. I don't think.
The guy on the left is Hercules.
That is the Mighty Hercules.
So it's the blonde guy, and it's not Ricky Morton.
Nope.
That
is Rugged Ronnie Garvin.
God damn it! All right, that pisses me off that I wouldn't have gotten that, but I'm sad that I wouldn't have gotten that. And then I got the Hacksaw and the Hitman, so I got 3 of them. I'm surprised you every once in a while.
Yeah, I didn't think Mighty Hercules would stick in your head, but
listen, I'm a big 4x4 guy, just not enough to know Rugged Ronnie Garvin.
Yeah, he falls. It's like trying to name the 5th Beatle.
He's even got RG on his freaking towel, man. If I would have zoomed in, I might have gotten it. If I would have zoomed in on the towel, I think RG would have led me in the right direction. But we'll never know. We will literally never know.
In fact, Rugged Ronnie Garvin, and not one of my uncles. But
are you sure about that? Are they mutually exclusive?
Yeah, I've never seen them in the same room together. I'll tell you that. So we start with flying in hot special report from the WWF magazine, which really makes me laugh. The WWF magazine is doing intensive video essays on investigative journalism with the Ultimate Warrior and the Macho King. This is an untenable
Is this the one with
situation.
the guy with the British accent?
This is Sir Alfred Hayes talking about the WWF magazine.
They always use Sir Alfred Hayes when they want to add a little bit of weight to what they're doing.
Yeah,
dude, do the accent guy.
Yeah, he's gravitas. You gotta, it's a steely, stiff upper lip. And I'm pretty sure that this WWF magazine that had Legion of Doom on the cover, I believe I had this magazine because of course I would. Well, you know, I'm 7 years old. I definitely have this magazine. Of course, Sensational Sherry is on the Brother Love show wearing either her eyes wide shut party mask or that old timey bird mask from the 20s pandemic from the Spanish flu. Kind of looks like she's got that going on.
And that's the funny thing about this, man. This is 3 maniacs. It's not just 2 maniacs.
That's true.
Sensational Sherry is a crazy person.
Yeah, she's like an under-realized maniac. You know, like pairing her and Savage is perfect. You know, because like he couldn't have been the Macho King with Elizabeth. Like that's not going to fly. But Sherry, you can believe, is as unhinged as the Macho Man. So
she's genuinely she could have been cast in movies as a crazy person. Like,
yeah, you need a witch.
She's a terrifying. I'm more afraid of Sherry than I am of either of these two guys.
Yeah, yeah. The little known fact before he cheats, written about the antics of one Sensational Sherry. She's
taking a Louisville Slugger to both headlights, and then she's putting that Louisville Slugger somewhere she can't say in the song.
Yeah. So, like you said, Ultimate Warrior's out on the stage here, and he basically tells Sherry that he's heard a rumor that the Macho King's stepping out on her. That's the reason Macho King isn't here, and he sent Sherry in his stead, is because the Macho King is philandering behind Sherry's back, and Sherry slaps the shit out of the Ultimate Warrior for the insult.
Macho Man's like, I don't even like charity.
Yeah. Adultery, never heard of her, brother. So Lord Alfred Hayes says that the Ultimate Warrior is a man of incredible moral fiber, which is why he won't hit Sherry back, but he will go in the back and just beat up a bunch of random jobbers.
He just tears through every jobber backstage who doesn't, and they have no idea what's going on. They're like, what's going on? How's it going, Jim?
Yeah, they're like, there's 3 jobbers in a line, and by the 3rd jobber, that guy should run. The Ultimate Warrior hits him in a line like he's in the Three Stooges. Yeah. Like, by law, he has to hit them in order that they're standing there. And the third guy's
running
just
past him and
around.
slapping him in alive, and then he runs back in the other direction, slapping him again.
Yeah, one of the guys has the thing tied around his head for a toothache. Yeah. What's going on? So they do freeze on the Ultimate Warrior looking insane, which looks like one of those page 6, like Russell Crowe beats up journalists, like smear journalism pictures where Warrior's just like his eyes are full of rage. It's very funny to me.
It's like when they pause Texas Chainsaw Massacre when he's swinging the chainsaw.
Yeah. At the end, they're like they were never able to find Leatherface. Yeah.
I'm so mad.
And then at the end, the Macho King cuts a promo where he's like, "I'm in your head, dude. I'm up in your kitchen playing the mind games with you, and you fell right into my trap."
And this is just 2 dummies trying to sound profound the whole time, which is very funny. It's my favorite part about this.
I forgot the Macho King is already in his cowboy hat era here. Deep in cowboy hat phase, which is very funny to be named the Macho King and not wear the crown and just have a cowboy hat on.
Listen, bro, he probably sold a lot of cowboy hats, to be honest.
That's true. Yeah, the merch sales on those cowboy hats are through the roof.
A lot of cowboy hats with lightning on them.
Yeah. So then, like I said, the Macho King just will not stop. So there's a match with Ultimate Warrior and $1 Million Man from the Saturday night's main event, and in the middle of that, Warrior's beating up Virgil, and the Macho King just runs out and beats the shit out of Ultimate Warrior with his scepter, like hits him in the stomach, and then he comes off the top on his throat with the scepter because Warrior won't give him a title match.
And that's just the Macho Man's, like, his move is that he will jump off the top and throat the shit out of you. Like,
he's going for the throat every time.
Yeah. Ask the dragon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been a few years since he perpetrated the attack on Ricky Steamboat. That's a
He's
really
like,
funny idea. That
hey, Warrior, you want to go to Fuddruckers?
if Macho Man's a heel, he's coming for your trachea. Is a very funny idea because as a babyface, that's not a move that the throat is purely for heel tactics. You know, attack on the throat is cowardly.
Babyface ain't going for the throat. You know what I mean?
No. It's like,
what do you think? Mo Howard was a babyface when he was poking people in the eyes? No. Curly's the babyface.
This is a very niche comparison, but like on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, you could tell if the Green Ranger was evil because when the Dragon Zord came out, if he was evil, it would break off a piece of like a building and bite it every single time. But if he was good guy Green Ranger, he wouldn't attack the building when he came out of the water. So,
yeah, man. Why would he attack a building?
Constantly looking to be like, is he going to bite that building or no? Because the same thing, Macho Man in the throat. So afterwards, the Warrior cuts a promo where a lot of the Warriors, like his power or his allure is in the face paint, and it's always funny after the matches when his face paint has peeled all the way off, and he's just a really roided out dude. He's just Jim then, you know.
It's face paint and manic energy. So like when the face paint's gone, he better be crazy. Because other than that, then he's just Jim, and nobody wants to cheer for Jim.
No,
just
he's
buff guy Jim. Then he's Hercules.
Right. Then he's not on the 4x4s. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
He does have the unhinged energy because he tells Macho King, "To you, it's just a belt, but to me, it's the tendons and the ligaments and the organs of my warriors." What does that mean?
Yeah, it was what I took it was like, and this is also stupid, so I'm not like giving you a good example. I thought he was saying basically the belt is the muscles that hold together Warrior and his warriors. Like they are one entity. But that's a really stupid fucking thing to say. If you want to continue to have warriors, if you ever lose this belt, because then you lose the belt, you don't have the muscles holding you guys together anymore.
Right. Then there's no ligaments or organs. It's like
then you got a connective tissue disease, which you don't want.
If I don't have this belt, I literally have leprosy.
We fall we fall right the fuck apart if I don't have this belt.
Me and the Warriors are susceptible to leprosy if I don't have the WWF Championship. And the Warrior sees nothing but rage. Just adding on at the end there.
He just says random, like I said, monkey writing Lord of the Rings, man. He also hold on, you keep going because he does something, but I want you to kind of get us there.
So the next segment is from Royal Rumble 1991, where Sergeant Slaughter, Iraqi sympathizer, Sergeant Slaughter is challenging the Ultimate Warrior for the WWF
That would be Tucker
Championship.
Carlson now.
Right. I got my countries mixed up as to which one we're in conflict with. So Warrior is defending the belt against Sergeant Slaughter. This is the first time the WWF Championship has been on the line at a Royal Rumble. And in the match, at the beginning of the match, Warrior was attacked by the Macho King because there was a segment before this that I didn't put in here because I couldn't find a good version of it, where Sherry basically comes out and tries to seduce the Ultimate Warrior into giving the Macho King a title shot. He's doing an interview with Gene Okerlund, and she comes out and she's like rubbing his shoulders and stuff, and is like, will you sign this contract? And she's like down on her knees in front of him, and he just yells no into her face so hard that it pushes her all the way back. So Macho King's super angry that his tactic didn't work. So he attacks Warrior at the beginning of this match, and then Warrior makes his comeback. And then at the end of the match, while he's beating up Slaughter, Sherry runs out, which is where we pick it up. Ultimate Warrior picks up Sherry and fucking chucks her right into the Macho Man who's in the aisleway, like hard. She goes flying into the Macho King. This is over
the ropes. So he is a man of principle. He will never hit a woman, but he will straight up chuck her over the ropes at her boyfriend.
Yeah, he as a man of honor, he makes sure there's somebody to catch her
Yeah.
in the aisleway. But while he's doing that, Slaughter hits him with a knee in the back, and he falls into the ropes. And Savage picks up his scepter and busts the Ultimate Warrior's head with the scepter, knocking him out. And then Slaughter hits an elbow and wins the WWF title. And afterwards, Warrior is like shaken and like full of rage and just runs to the back while Slaughter celebrates. So, my tendons!
Oh,
I gotta run.
They're not gonna be close to me anymore.
My organs. He's just going right into liver failure because he lost the
shouldn't have said
WWF
that shit about the muscles.
I forgot my muscles. So essentially, the WWF is like, look, we have to draw the line. We can't have two maniacs. It has gone too far. The guy supporting the guy supporting war crimes is now the WWF champion because of these two maniacs. So we got to do something. And essentially, the Warrior is like, I got to get rid of this guy. So retirement match. That's the only conclusion that they can come to. Is somebody's got to go. At the you walk up to somebody, bap. But after that,
I challenge you to a duel.
Yeah, I challenge you to a retirement match. Then somebody's got to go. So we have a contract signing for this retirement match, including the venerable Jack Tunney, kayfabe president of the WWF, and all the energy that he brings to every outing.
Yeah, just electric.
Yeah, just he's a ball of energy. It's very funny to me that they do a contract signing with their entrances. Like, yeah, my career's on the line. This could be the end of everything, but you gotta play pomp and circumstance if I'm coming out there, man.
Dude, I love the Ultimate Warrior's entrance, man. Like I talk so much trash about the guy, and I obviously him as a dude, like a very let's say complicated man, but like dude, him running out with that song playing and doing the thing where he like runs on the rope and then he leans on it and then he grabs it and fucking shaking the ropes, like he is so sick, dude. Like I get why people loved the Ultimate Warrior, you know.
That song fucking rips. It for sure.
Hell yeah, it does.
Is one of the top WWF entrances of all time. The Warrior really, really wants to have this contract signed. Like he's fully manic in the ring because the Ultimate Warrior can't just stand somewhere. Like that's not a good representation of the thing that he does best. So he's moving around, he's walking, he's cutting a promo where he's walking away while he's cutting it because he has to pace to keep the energy.
He has to bounce around like he just did like a full IV bag of pre-workout, and he has to move. Like if he doesn't move, the pins and needles are gonna fucking kill him.
Yeah, he's a shark. The shark he has to constantly move, or again the tendons and muscles will begin to atrophy. So the Warrior signs, and then he flips the table, which brings to my head the legality now of that contract. If he's,
I love that he flipped the table towards the ropes and it clanged against the ropes and came back down where it was sitting.
yeah. He did again. Also, the Warrior not really thinking things through. You know,
he's not the cerebral assassin.
No. But then, of course, because somebody's getting buried, right? They keep somebody's career is going to be buried. The Undertaker in the back is like, "What's that I hear? Buried." So then they play the Undertaker's music.
Undertaker and Barry White are both sitting there, and the Undertaker puts his hand in front of Barry White.
No.
Like, "Oh, you got this one, dog. It's okay. It's all good.
This one's me. And stop attacking the snakes." Isn't that Barry White on The Simpsons?
Does he attack snakes on The Simpsons? I don't remember that.
Remember all the snakes come to the Simpsons house because he sings, and they put the speakers down so the bass attracts all the snakes because Lisa's trying to save them on Whacking Day. Yeah, it's like Barry White's.
I do now remember that.
Barry White's walking by, and they go, "Will you sing a song for us, Barry White?" And he goes, "Anything for a lady." So the and then the Macho Man wants to take credit for the Undertaker coming out. It is like, again, he's like, I'm playing mind, I'm twisting your mind, Warrior. You don't know, you don't even understand the depravity of the Macho Man. Whatever I'm doing more than just physically beating your ass. I want to be in your head. I'm living rent free in the Warrior's head.
How offended would you be if one of these guys said that they were outsmarting you?
That's tough. Yeah.
Listen.
Look,
Shut the fuck up.
You can certainly lift more weights than me. I will never.
Yeah.
I will never argue with that. But you
got a better airbrush guy than I do. Okay,
yeah.
Listen.
But I draw the line at certain things. Then, like Andrew said, I decided to put some promos in here just to get a flavor of each guy and each guy's style. So we watched 3 promos from each dude, and I appreciate that Macho King in every one of his promos is serving a different look. The dude is like, if I'm retiring, I'm pulling out all the costumes I got, dude.
He does have something. I can't remember what the first one is. What's the first one?
I think it's blue. He's got the blue look.
Okay. The second one looks like he's in red and white striped pajamas.
Yeah, he's got the candy cane. He's the barber guy.
Yeah.
He's taking Brutus's gimmick, actually. He's like, that nerd got kneed in the face almost to death. I'm taking his gimmick.
He's like, Brutus is like, I'm not gonna be the Zodiac again, am I?
No, it's actually very serious. I was nearly killed. Whatever, dork.
She split my shit right in half, and this guy's taking my gimmick.
Yeah.
If he brings out scissors, I'm gonna fucking shoot everybody in the room. You tell him right now.
That's salt in the wound, and the doctor definitely told me not to get salt in the wounds. So, but the Macho King, of course, instantly iconic. In one of these promos, he says, "I'm gonna be loosey goosey but tight." Those are different. Those are not just different. Those are the complete opposites of each other.
There's just at the end of that promo, he goes, "Dig it!"
And he also says, "You got to know what you know." And I know that I'm the Macho King, which you can't really argue with, you know.
These guys just let them fly, and and this is the thing. We get so mad at the WWE for scripting every promo now, and I think we should be mad at the Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, because for eroding the confidence.
Vince eventually was like, we can't just let these guys go. Did you hear the loosey goosey garbage and the tendons?
Yeah. So then in the candy cane outfit, he's actually not a bad promo where he's saying like, the Warrior's gonna have to learn a lot of things, and he's gonna learn that he has to lose. Like, I'm gonna beat him.
He goes, "Your future's not in a crystal ball. It's not even in the crystal of the scepter anymore, because I knocked something loose that wasn't even loose before."
Yeah, that's
what?
That's loosey goosey but tight, dude. That
is true. That is true.
And the whole time, Sherry's just in the back, pulling faces, just making.
She's just doing weird. She's like she's like closing drapes that aren't there, and she's like
she's doing improv 101 mime acting. You know, she's in a box. She's pulling a thing. She hears something in the distance. Yeah, yeah. And then he's wearing. And then in the last promo we watched with Macho Man, he's wearing a gold outfit, which is also pretty sick. Just to have for this promo, he's like, they're like, you can dress down if you want, Randy, and he's like, no, I go 100% or I don't do it at all, brother.
He did go 100%. And in this promo, he goes, "I'm gonna take your spirit, I'm gonna take your heart, and I'm gonna take your soul." What's the cough thing that he's doing?
Maybe it's just a tick. It
must suck to talk like him too, because like I said, it hurts for me to even I never do my full Randy Savage impression because my throat is fucked for 2 days. But like when I'm doing my radio show, even like talking, you're gonna cough every once in a while. He probably just had to cough and was like fighting it the whole time, because eventually he's like, but it was like weird little coughs in between the things he was saying, and what he was saying made no sense, like it always does.
Well, he said that he took his title and his spirit. All right, so he did cost him the title, which takes his spirit. Fine. Now he's back. He wants the whole pie. Okay.
Yeah.
That's also
Mhm.
fine. Then he says, I'm going to take your career.
Yep.
I'm going to take your spirit, already taken.
Already taken. You already have the
I'm going
spirit.
to take your heart and your soul. But aren't the soul and the spirit different?
Very similar things in my eyes. It depends on I don't know what denomination the Macho Man is.
If he's a Trinity guy, if he's if he's a one. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
I'm going to take your sword of the spirit.
I hope you're wearing the breastplate of righteousness, brother, because I'm dropping this elbow straight from the heavens onto you. Growing up, they did sell a toy armor of God thing at my local Bible bookstore, and I really wanted it so that I could dress up and have a wrestling gimmick. Because it was like armor.
You're in the Lord's army.
I'm in the Lord's army. Yeah, that gimmick gets over. I think I get over pretty well in my wrestling federation against invisible people from when I was 9 years old.
When you raise the sword, the whole crowd goes, "Yes, sir."
Yeah, but I can't wrestle with it like the Berserker because they set a precedent. No sword allowed in the ring. You can bring the sword to the ring, but you can't use the sword in the ring.
Got to get the sword off.
Yeah.
And I think the G-Man would prefer you not use a sword on people in the ring as well.
Nothing if not a fair fight, is what we're after. So those are the Macho King's promos, which he is a maniac, but there's a little bit, if you turn a particular way, you can kind of see what he's aiming for through the mania, right?
You have to squint and give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
and overlook a few things.
Noise and they turn their head. If you do that, you could maybe you could see a path. Now we've got the Warrior promos, and this is the first promo is out in the crowd with Gene Okerlund, and he does get a big pop. The Warrior is very over at this point, and he's talking about destiny. And I was really hoping I could find this promo on YouTube. He talks about the Macho King hit him in the head with the scepter, and a piece of the scepter broke and became embedded in his skull. And with that piece of crystal, he's able to see the future of the Macho Man's kingdom. It's now given him clairvoyance.
Hey, everybody listening. Did you hear what Dusty just said?
I'm not exexaggerating.
The Ultimate Warrior said that.
Yep.
And he mentions it a little bit later too. He's like, I wrote in capital letters, I am so sick of hearing these guys talk. He says, probably this is on Brother Love, so it's a little bit later, but he says, I, as the Ultimate Warrior, have not taken as many steps toward my destiny. This is paraphrase. Toward my destiny. You took something that night, but you left something of much more value in my skull. You left a piece of your shattered kingdom, but within that piece of crystal, Macho King, lies your past, lies your present, and lies your future.
That's his big line.
What?
Yeah. He's seen the whole thing. The crystal made him omnipotent, omnipresent. Like he can move through time, past, present.
I wish it would have made him impotent, but it's just so nonsensical, man. Like 12-year-old kids were like, yes, this is my guy.
It makes perfect sense.
He's a modern day philosopher.
And then
he's fucking ask, Sun Tzu of the modern day.
The art of warrior really is what it is what it should be called.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was hoping that one didn't go by.
I like that one.
The Warrior says he does, because of course Gene Okerlund, as a credible journalist, has to ask shit-stirring questions. So he's like, man, what about the Undertaker? Because the Undertaker's waiting for one of you guys, once your career's over. So the Warrior says, I don't need the Undertaker's services. Macho King will. And that's the end of the promo. Bam, 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 bam. They're like, he just, and everybody's like, shit, yeah. Bury the Macho King.
Fuck yeah, dude. He's not gonna need the Undertaker at all, bro.
The Warrior in his second promo is having a vision, and the vision is of the Macho King being sweaty, which seems like pretty much a guarantee if they're going to wrestle each other. Somebody's getting sweaty.
It's like he says, like, certainly. He's like looking. He's like, certainly, you would expect me to command my warriors to give you visions of what you look like.
Yep.
What?
He says, I believe this is in response to the Macho King promo where he says he's going to take his heart and his soul and his spirit. And he goes, you don't know what the Ultimate Warrior is made of within this structure, which is like such a stupid way to talk about what you're made of.
He opened it up with, also, what? Yeah. He opened it with Macho King. Well, he didn't say it like that. He goes, Macho King, you don't even know what even functions inside this body.
Because I got to tell you, I'm doing dialysis every day trying to make this match at Mania.
It's a bunch of black stuff.
About 50 Slim Jims.
Because he's just trying to get to know his opponent.
Yeah. You're telling me to snap into it. I got to tell you, the Warrior, very susceptible to marketing.
A lot of salt, though. Oh, a lot of salt.
Yeah, a lot of sodium. The Warriors bought so many Ginsu knives off of television when he's up late. He's just bloated from all the Slim Jims.
They call me Slim Jim Hellwig.
See, the Art of Warrior, Slim Jim Hellwig. Hell yeah. Then he has some travel advice for the Macho King. Get in the spaceship and go into the black hole if you
fly
want to know
into a black hole.
If you want to know what Ultimate Warrior is about, get in the black hole. Get in the spaceship. Again, he knows the Macho Man's past, present, and future, and the future lies in the Warrior's hand. And then he snorts. He does the Ultimate Warrior growl. Yeah, the big growl.
Be you angels?
Maybe that. Well, it's about, otherworldly power. Maybe that is the inspiration for this is the best song in the world. And then we talked about it a little bit earlier. You said the Warrior, and we go back to Lord Alfred Hayes, who's talking about Ultimate Warrior ending a career a week before the WrestleMania match because he goes on the Brother Love show and basically destroys the set. But he's then he interviews with Mean Gene, and Gorilla Monsoon just perfectly sets up Bobby Heenan, because while Warrior's walking out, Mean Gene goes, Gorilla Monsoon goes, he looks ready to me. And Bobby Heenan goes, yeah, ready for manual labor. Nailed him. Got his ass. I hope he went home and told his cats about that line. Warrior says, like you said, he's been to the end of the road, but that's not the end of the road for him. So can he go further down that implies that there's more road.
It's a one-way it's a roundabout that
yeah,
shut up, man.
Yeah, actually, it's a protected left turn, but you have to it's only one part of town they recently put it in. There's a lot, it's a speed trap, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, you got to have a key card at one point.
Yeah. And then Mean Gene, of course, again has to shit stir it. He's like, man, the Undertaker, what's going on? And then Warrior says, if I lose, if Warriors make the ultimate sacrifice along the way, so these are the fans, the Warriors not going to lose, but if Warriors along the way have to make
all these guys might have to die for me to keep this championship.
But don't worry about it, because if they have to make the sacrifice, the Warriors bury their own, and they become, I guess, part of the collective unconscious of Warriors to help him reach the ultimate goal.
I actually heard Trump say that on CNN last week about.
I was like, it's a very Lord Farquaad. Some of you may have to die. I'll be okay with that.
Yeah, I've heard they bury their. I can't even do a Trump right now. I've heard they bury their own.
I heard they become part of a collective unconscious, not unlike the Na'vi from Avatar, which is a movie I've seen. They become part of the big tree.
It was a documentary at one point in my life.
It becomes part of the big tree. It's beautiful. So all of this buildup leads us to WrestleMania 7, which took place March 24th, 1991, out of Los Angeles, California, at the Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena. But I hear you, dear listener, saying, "But Dusty, I just want you know how much people just go on to Netflix and just throw up WrestleMania 6. People just constantly watching WrestleMania 6. And
addicted to it.
At WrestleMania 6, there's a promo for WrestleMania 7, and that says that it's coming to the Olympic Auditorium in LA. But the Olympic Auditorium is not the LA Sports Arena. Those are two separate venues. So WrestleMania 6 lies? It lies to me?
Probably, man. What the fuck happened?
Well, turns out that by 1991, xenophobic angles where you take a guy and turn him into an Iraqi sympathizer during an active war with Iraq really doesn't make people super stoked to watch your product.
So it's
sales,
a much bigger venue.
Yeah. They were saying they were going to sell out 100,000 seats at the Olympic Auditorium. Or in the Coliseum. They were good. It's 100,000 seats was what they were going for. And they had sold about 14,000 seats heading into WrestleMania 7, which I'm not great at math, admittedly. That's way less. It's far less than what you'd really want. Now, they say, WWF basically says that it was because of security concerns. Like, they reached out to see if they could get security for the event because it was going to be held outside. And I guess whoever they asked, the answer was, yeah, we could do that, but you have to pay for it. Like, if you want added security, if you want snipers, if you want jets, if you want any of that stuff, you guys have to pay for it. We are not footing the bill so you can have WrestleMania 7 outside. So that is generally their line about it, but mostly people believe it's because they ended up going
the extra ticket
venues.
Sales would have paid for the security.
Right. Basically, it was going to bomb in a giant arena, so they moved it to the smaller arena, and that the veracity of that is backed up by the fact that they didn't have to give any refunds for any of the tickets whenever they went to the sports arena. So the sports arena holds 16,158 people. The tagline for this show was "Superstars and Stripes Forever."
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. So they basically, Dave Meltzer says between 11,000, about 12,000 and 15,000 tickets were sold, and then they papered the rest of it to fill up the rest of the arena. So not bad, but not a WrestleMania house. Especially at that time, Yeah. This is also the first WrestleMania not to feature Jesse the Body Ventura as a commentator, because we
missed him.
They needed him, but we do get Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan for this. Most of it, Willie Nelson sang "America the Beautiful." They had.
I bet that was freaking good.
Yeah,
I gotta find that.
So
I gotta find that.
Recently departed Chuck Norris was also in attendance at this WrestleMania.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, so
Death was the only ass he couldn't kick. Dusty, have you heard that?
I heard that he died 10 years ago, and Death just finally got brave enough to come after him.
To tell him?
Yeah. So the match starts, and while they're setting up the match, they're at the position with Heenan and Gorilla, and Heenan is like, "Hey, check this out. I think that's Miss Elizabeth." And Miss Elizabeth is so far from the ring, there's absolutely no way Bobby Heenan could have seen her, and picked her out.
Listen, she radiates, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She is wearing a very sparkly top. So
Bobby Heenan's always looking for some trim.
He's like, oh, who's that? Oh no, that's Liz.
God damn it, that's Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys in the locker room would be mad at me for that one.
Yeah. He then says that Liz is only there so she can watch him lose and rub it in, which is very funny.
Yeah.
All right, Savage comes out. I love the full on Randy Savage when he's the king gimmick of coming out on a throne being carried by a bunch of dudes. And he's just full Macho Man on the throne while that's happening. Looks really good. His wrestling gear is sick. The blue and white, it looks really cool.
He's always on point with that shit.
Then the Warrior comes out, and it's Jim Hellwig in the Technicolor Dream coat because he's in a giant fucking coat. And he walks to the ring.
Many tassels. Yeah, so many tassels.
The man.
Why are we walking? It's not that long of a run up.
Well, because this is so important. The Warrior understands the importance of this match. Yeah, he didn't want to gas out. This is not a honky tonk man at SummerSlam '88 situation. Yeah. You're not winning.
I'm blown up, Macho Man. You're gonna have to stall for a second.
I'm contemplating my entire career. And then he takes off the Technicolor Dream coat, and on the back of so the Ultimate Warrior's tights are really a motif for this entire thing. On one knee pad, he's got himself. On the other knee pad, he's got Savage. And then on the back of his trunks, there's an airbrushed WWF title. And then there are the words, means so much more than this on it, which I have to assume Vince was pissed about. Because you never want to shit on the belt.
Yeah, and where's the it?
Right.
It just says means so much more than this. It doesn't say, I don't know, man. It's he didn't have room on his ass, which we're like, let's plan this out better.
Yeah, that's that John Mulaney bit when somebody writes "Happy Birthday" on a banner. The huge H, big A, tiny P, tiny P.
Yeah. They start to realize.
Yeah. So, I think this match is excellent. This is why I picked this feud and this match to look back on, because in the early WrestleManias, Macho Man is kind of the MVP, in my opinion. He's not in the main events as much as Hogan, but as far as match quality goes, he's got this match. He's got the match with Hogan at WrestleMania 5. He's got the match with Steamboat at WrestleMania 4, or at WrestleMania 3. He wrestles 4 matches in WrestleMania 4. Like, this dude is a workhorse in the early WrestleManias. And so, of course, Warrior dominates early with a lot, like all these power moves, and then Macho Man gets tied up in the ropes, which I have to imagine in his head. He's like, man, I hope this is the worst thing that ever happens to me when I'm tied up in the ropes.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm going to remember never to get in this situation again.
I at least hope this is the worst thing that happens to me tied in the ropes this year. He doesn't have the Ultimate Warrior's ability to see the future quite as much. So,
and also we need to note, Warrior very over. The crowd is booing the shit out of Macho Man.
Yeah,
like they did a good job of making one guy be the good guy in this, and that is the Ultimate Warrior.
But he is also throwing a lot of shitty punches. The Warrior's punches look really.
He sucks at this.
Yeah, he is straight up not good at this.
Yeah.
They cut to Miss Elizabeth in the crowd, and I just thought it'd be really funny if she was the guy she was sitting next to, if she leaned in and was just like, I used to go out with the one in blue.
Yeah.
Like, if that guy doesn't know who she is, it's just like, I was actually his manager once. And they're like, shut up. And she's like, no, we did 4 outfit changes at WrestleMania 4. I swear to God.
I just called him Randy.
Yeah.
Did you know that? Did you know that that's his name?
Mega Powers exploded. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Boy, did it explode.
Yeah.
Hulk was adamant that he lose that one.
And it should come as no surprise to you. So Randy went toes up on that one.
God damn it! I hate that Hulk Hogan.
giving the whole game away. So of course,
none of this is real.
We're actually married. Sherry's just a really close friend.
Yeah, she's not actually this crazy in real life.
Ultimate Warrior does a couple of interesting things here. There's a part where Savage is on the ground, and Warrior like hits the ropes like 3 or 4 times to try to shoulder tackle Macho King, but Savage never gets all the way back up. So then he just like lawn darts himself into the mat, so that Savage can take over on the Heat segment. But I was like, I don't know if they miscommunicated something, or if he was just like, nah, once I hit the ropes 4 times, I gotta dive, dude. It doesn't matter.
It's too much. The ring can't take it, brother.
Yeah, I'm 4 and go, Jim. They call me that. You know that.
This ring's only rated for 4 of these things. Once I do 5, Vince is gonna make me pay for repairs. It's a problem.
Yeah. And then the Warrior, for maybe the only time I've ever seen in his career, tries to do a small package in this match, which really means that he knows the stakes of this thing. Like,
he needs to win this.
Maybe I can get a surprise. I can get a sneak win on this one. I saw Vlad the Superfan yelling at the referee about something. He wasn't on the hard camera side. He was on the other side of the camera.
I saw it too. There's a point where Macho had Warrior pinned, but Sherry was being Sherry, and the referee was screaming at Sherry, and then Vlad's like, "Hey, stupid, turn around!" Like you can see him on the front side.
I really don't want Macho King to have to retire.
Listen, Vlad was not on the hard camera side because. Did you notice?
You know what? I'd forgotten, and then I was watching it, going, "Wait a second, is that?" And then it makes sense because Marla Maples was one of the like backstage interviewers in this WrestleMania.
Really?
Yeah, she like one of the celebrities. So yes, Donald Trump is right in the center, hard camera side,
literally front row center, and he is just. He's sitting next to a guy, and you can't really like. I can't tell who the guy is because the guy's got a rope through his face, basically on the thing. But the Don won't shut up.
He just keeps
won't stop talking to this guy.
Every single time something in the ring happens, it looks like he's explaining to the guy next to him. No, Warrior and
no, seriously, it's a really nice island, and we could go tonight if you want to. He said it was cool.
No. So he's like Sherry and Macho King. They didn't used to be together. Whenever I had WrestleMania at my place, it was Liz and Savage. I have a picture. Actually, I carry it with me all the time.
I think I actually was told she was here. I told him to tell me if she came.
So yeah, I was like, oh, that's right. That makes perfect sense. I completely forgot. So the ref gets bumped, and then Sherry accidentally hits Randy off the top rope with her shoe. That's the big move. Of course, the shoe would defeat the Warriors. Silence the Warriors with your WrestleMania footwear.
I think it would actually just knock the crystal further into his skull.
He might be able to see other dimensions now. I mean, he's been through the black hole, the spaceship with the black hole. He's been through it. So while the ref is out, Savage takes back over. He hits the neck snap over the top rope, which is always one of my favorite Randy Savage moves. And then he's like, fuck it, dude. It is WrestleMania. I'm going to retire. I'm going to hit 5 of these goddamn elbows onto Warrior in a row. And he just keeps like slamming him with these elbow drops. 5 in a row. And Warrior kicks out. And a huge pop. Because you can't do your finisher 5 times in a row and beat the guy. He has to kick out. At that point, it's only funny if he kicks out.
They've built so much into this kick out that they got to deliver it.
Yeah. Then Warrior hits his finish, the gorilla press and the splash, but that only gets a 2 count. And nobody's kicked out of this move up to this point, and this really rattles the Warrior's cage. So now Savage has essentially completed his goal, which was to get in the head of the Warrior by kicking out of his finisher. So Warrior starts walking around the ring, talking to his hands, and the announcers have to. This is where the wrestling is very silly. They have to talk about how the Warrior must be trying to hear the voices of the gods that call to the Warrior to figure out what to do. And I like to imagine the Warrior's looking at his hands, and he's like, Pixar? I haven't even heard of that yet. You want me to buy stock in Pixar?
Yeah.
And they're like, who runs it?
I gotta get this out of my head.
Yeah, like Steve Jobs, isn't that the guy that almost bankrupted Apple? Like, oh, all right, I'll do it. And then he's looking at his hands again, and he goes, Michael Jordan's gonna retire? That seems that doesn't.
He's gonna get a Hitler mustache to do underwear commercials.
He's gonna play baseball. That's the opposite of what he does.
How do I beat the Macho Man?
Yeah. What do I do about the Macho King? You're telling me there's gonna be some kind of Super Nintendo? And so finally the gods come through with the message. No, you shouldn't leave. You shouldn't retire. You gotta, get back in there, beat the Macho King's ass some more. So Warrior, they start wrestling again, and then Evil Macho Man, he's like, I'm busting out the neck snapper, the neck cruncher. He gets Warrior on the floor, he puts him up against the guardrail, and he tries to jump off onto him from the top rope, and Warrior moves, and Savage, in the spectacular way that Randy Savage does, just eats total shit into this guardrail.
Warrior's been watching some tape, bro. He's not gonna go down like Steamboat.
Yeah, he's figured out a two-step to get out of the way of the top rope.
Yeah.
And so Warrior brings him back in the ring. He hits him with a flying shoulder tackle. Savage falls out of the ring and is basically dead. And then Warrior picks him up, throws him back in the ring, picks him up again, shoulder tackles him again. Now Macho's just a sack of shit. Falls out of the ring again. Warrior picks him up again, hits him with a third shoulder tackle, and then pins him with one foot on his chest. And that is how the Ultimate Warrior defeats and famously retires, Macho Man, or Macho King Randy Savage. 20 minutes, 48 seconds. This got 4.25 stars, which is really highly rated for WWF in the late 80s and early 90s. And I think it is deserved because this match had a lot of gravitas and not to use a pun, but like a lot of pomp and circumstance. They really made you believe the stipulation. Both guys really went after it. They burned Macho King's finisher by having him do 5 of those elbows. Like I think this is a really great match.
Yeah, I think it's good. I don't know if it's 4.25. I think it might be 4.25 compared to like what you would expect from these two individuals. I think Macho Man has had a lot of really good matches, but obviously we've seen Warrior in a bunch of stinkers. I think there was a little bit too much Sherry for me, but other than that, like I think because she was just being unhinged this entire match, bro.
Yeah.
And then she just stopped. Like at one point, they decided, like, Macho Man was like, all right, that's too much of you. You just stay out of this for the rest of the time. I don't care if I lose.
This is about me, actually.
Yeah. I think I saw Elizabeth here anyway, so.
Don't make me look stupid in front of Elizabeth, bro. And so Warrior, again, all his face paint is gone. But he does throw the Technicolor Dreamcoat back on and do his, like, celebration while Savage is down. And then Sherry gets in the ring. And she has like an extra thing, like a carriage to her dress. And so to fully kick the Macho King's ass, she has to take that part off, which I also thought was like the whole match she's interfering with this thing on. But to really give it to Macho King, she's got to take this part off so she can really kick him while he's down. And so she starts putting the boots to him while he's down. And then Liz finally jumps the rail, grabs Sherry by the hair, throws her out. They do this whole thing where Savage isn't looking at her, but he's like brushing her off and they keep going, well, he can't tell if that's Warrior, if that's Sherry, if that's whoever. And then he turns around he's got the fist cocked back, and then he sees that it's Liz. And he's super confused because
it's very funny too, because he does the same point that he does when he needs to whoop somebody's ass.
Yeah. It's the point of shock.
That weird high shouldered,
yeah.
It's just wrestling's so funny. You would look at who's
especially
how long before you between looks,
especially
when you're getting your ass whooped.
Beating your ass. You would definitely. So after a while, because on the floor Earl Hebner's trying to clue Savage in to the fact that it's Sherry who was kicking his ass, even though he was looking at Sherry while she was kicking him. But whatever.
Yeah.
He's concussed and he's just been retired. Things are tough for the Macho Man. So he realizes that Liz is there and everything's great, and they hug, and the crowd immediately forgives the Macho King for all his sins, and there's a huge pop when Savage and Liz hug, and we get the perfect wrestling crying lady. There's a woman with red hair that they cut to a couple of times who's just full on weeping.
There's multiple people. There was a man that they cut to that was like teary eyed in the crowd,
just full on weeping. And the lady did the thing where if you're overcome with emotion, you touch your chest. You know, like she can't catch her breath because the love story of Macho and Liz is so profound.
They're like, God damn it, I'd hate to be a Norco in this town tonight.
Yeah, they're immediately forgetting that Savage was a psycho. And Bobby Heenan says, "This is better than Love Story if you're into that kind of mush." And then Savage, because Liz, you see, always opened the ropes for Randy their whole career.
Yeah,
it's Liz opening the ropes for Savage, and now Savage is like, wait a second, no, it should be me. Actually, I'm a babyface now. It should be me who does it. So he opens the ropes for Liz, and again, people are throwing roses in the ring. People are so stoked that Liz and Savage are back together. So the reason for this, from what I could find, is that Savage wanted to take time off, and that him and Liz were trying to have a kid. So he wanted to take time off and like focus on his family and try to like get away from wrestling, right? But this retirement really only lasts about 6 months, 5-6 months, because at SummerSlam they do the fake wedding with Liz and Savage, who were already married at that point, but they do it for the pay-per-view. And of course, Jake the Snake, fucking menace, crashes the reception with a Cobra, and Macho Man is forced to come out of retirement due to Cobra attack from Jake the Snake Roberts. Like, you can't you can't abide a Cobra attack, dude. After your wedding,
you can't stay retired after a Cobra attack, bro.
No, that's and he actually didn't really retire that much because he goes right after this to Japan and to wrestle in like a co-branded WWF event with All Japan, I believe. And he's like, I guess people figured it out, and they had to on TV be like, well, he's retired, but he did have commitments pre-retirement, you know. And Savage is nothing if not a man of his word. He's got to go over and do his matches, but he was already doing house shows in like July and August while he was still retired on TV. But
the world without the internet, where that wouldn't spread immediately.
Yeah, if you get attacked by a Cobra Snake, I think you've got carte blanche to go ahead and unretire so you can seek your vengeance on those who attacked you with a Cobra Snake. All right, Andrew. The week of March 24th, 1991, pretty good box office. I think I'm going to say there's an outside chance that you have seen 4 of these movies.
Okay.
4 of the top 10.
Okay.
I'm really banking on a couple coming out of left field, but we'll see. Number 1, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. What is the secret? They never find out.
Is it a live action one?
It is a live action one. It is.
I've probably seen it.
I'm going to guess that you've seen it, or if not, you've seen enough of it to where we're going to count it. Like,
yeah, because I used to rent those. I just don't know which ones I rented. It's got
to be one of the first 3, so I'm sure you've seen that.
Yeah, I bet I've seen it.
Number 2, Silence of the Lambs.
I actually have not seen that one. I've only seen Hannibal.
Okay, so you saw the bad one. That's awesome,
and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, if you have nothing to compare it to, he cooks Ray Liotta's brain. That's something. Spoiler alert for Hannibal, I guess. All right, now you have to stop me when you've seen one. I think there's two more on here. One you've definitely seen. So, number 3, New Jack City. Number 4, Class Action. Number 5, Sleeping with the Enemy. Number 6.
Hold on. What's Sleeping with the Enemy?
I believe that's Julia Roberts.
I've heard of it. I don't think I've not seen that. Oh, that's the fucking that's the dad from he's in Steel Magnolias. This is just a Steel Magnolias reboot because it's Julia Roberts and that guy.
They took a hard pivot, you know.
Patrick Bergen.
Number 6, Holding Out Hope, Dances with Wolves. I know your dad. I feel like a Dances with Wolves might have been on. You might have.
It's probably been on. I don't think I've ever seen it.
All right. Number 7, The Hard Way. Number 8, Home Alone. We're putting Home Alone in, of course. Yeah,
I've got a bit about it.
Yeah, look what you did, you little jerk. Number 9, another hope of mine, The Doors, the movie with Val Kilmer.
I mean, enough of it.
Sure, we'll count that one.
I haven't seen the whole thing. I got somebody like bought me the fucking the Blu-ray
of the door. That's a big swing for not being a movie guy.
Yeah, I don't think I ever opened it. I think it still might be in the plastic. I appreciate it.
Sure. That's number 10, The Perfect Weapon, which is not a movie I've even heard of. So I will say this, possibly controversially, I don't think the Doors are that good of a band. I think they're a fine band. I don't think they're that great.
And I generally agree with you, but we have talked about this, and then we went down their songs, and there's actually quite a few bangers. I would like to, real quick, the guy from Sleeping with the Enemy, not in Steel Magnolias. I've been trying to confirm that for fucking 5 minutes, and I just wanted on the record that I do not believe him to be in Steel Magnolias, and I don't know what this guy's in that I've seen.
Here are 5 Doors songs that I am fine if they come on, but I will never play them. Break On Through.
And is that what that's called?
Yeah. Bring On
Through
the other side. Light My Fire.
Mm-hmm.
People Are Strange.
Mm-hmm.
Riders on the Storm.
Mm-hmm.
And oh man, what's that other one?
This is the end.
No, Touch Me. No,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
So you don't count the end.
No, I think it's fine. I'm like, I don't need it, you know. I think there's probably like 1 or 2 more that would be fine. But Roadhouse Blues. That's the other one. That's a good song. But I think the door for the amount of
Love
Doors,
Me Two Times, pretty good.
Yeah. And then go away. That's what I want. I want to hear it, and then I want them to go away. I think for the amount of cultural cachet that the Doors have, it's not the discography does not back it up. Like how big that poster is of Jim Morrison is not worth. It does not coincide to the excellence of their discography, in my opinion.
Yeah, he just also seems like an exhausting human being, man. Like I don't want to hang out with that guy. I mean, if you told me right now, hey Andrew, Jim Morrison's at the bar downtown, I would go.
Yeah,
because that's a crazy, phenomenon for a dead man, a man who's been dead for about 60 years to be at the bar right now. But if non-famous Jim Morrison, do you want to be friends with that guy? No.
Dude who calls himself the Lizard King. It does sound like maybe he was cutting Ultimate Warrior style promos before the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
He's the Lizard King.
It's just you're going to see his wiener at some point. I'm not a big wiener guy.
Yeah,
there's a lot going on.
It's going to be a problem. And then on the charts, this is the ultimate like dream scenario for me because later on in his life, of course, it comes out Macho Man, huge rap fan, big time hip hop guy.
Yeah.
There's a huge rap album that is out in the build up to WrestleMania 7 that I'm imagining the Macho Man owning and listening to this record really brought me a lot of joy in the last couple weeks. Vanilla Ice.
Is it Hammer Don't Kill Him? Oh.
No, To the Extreme by Vanilla Ice has been at the top of the charts all of January and all of February 1991.
All right, stop. Is it the one? I'm guessing it's the one with Ice Ice Baby. There's no way he had another one.
Yeah, no. It's the only one. And then, but the week of WrestleMania, it is the self-titled Mariah Carey album that has 5 singles on it, and I've not heard a single one of these songs. I don't know any of these Mariah Carey songs.
I'm sure we play them on my radio station, but I don't know them.
Vision of Love, Love Takes Time, Someday, I Don't Want to Cry, There's Gotta Be a Way. That's actually kind of a haiku. All those song titles do form a short story.
I bet I know a couple of those songs, but like I don't, not off the top of my head. And I guarantee we play them on our station.
Yeah, like Vision of Love is she sees a dude she's interested in. Love Takes Time. She's gotta woo this guy. Someday she'll woo this guy. I Don't Want to Cry. She can't woo this guy. There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way I can woo this guy. It's a whole story, in 5 singles.
I really commend you for being able to figure that out, Justin.
Yeah, I've cracked the cipher. Actually, now I can travel through the black hole.
Yeah,
I figured it out. All right, so that's it for this week. I haven't quite figured out what we're doing next week. We're gonna probably discuss that after this, but it'll be WrestleMania related or WrestleMania adjacent. Like Andrew said at the top, thank you to everybody who listens. We appreciate you. Follow, like, subscribe, leave a comment, whatever you feel like doing that helps the show. We appreciate it. And as always, please fill the spaceship with the rocket fuel so we can get through the black hole.
Hell yeah, dude.
Warrior.